Have you ever held a coin in your hand and wondered about its story? Coins are so much more than just money. They are tiny pieces of history, small metal canvases that tell the tale of a nation, its people, and its most important moments. This is especially true for Germany, a country with a rich and often turbulent past. German commemorative coins are like a fantastic museum you can hold in your palm. They guide us through the grand story of Germany, from a collection of separate kingdoms and states, through empires and republics, division and reunification, all the way to its central role in modern Europe. Each design, each portrait, and each symbol was chosen for a reason, reflecting the values and events of its time. Following the journey of these special coins is like taking a walk through German history itself. You can see the pride of a newly formed empire, the artistic freedom of a fragile republic, and the dark propaganda of a totalitarian regime. You can then witness the ideological split between East and West Germany, a division literally minted into their separate currencies. Finally, you can feel the joy of reunification and the forward-looking spirit of the Euro era. These coins commemorate famous people like poets and scientists, celebrate important anniversaries of cities and universities, and mark significant political events that change the course of the nation. They are a tangible link to the past, a physical record of triumphs and tragedies. For collectors, these coins are treasures, each one a puzzle piece that helps build a bigger picture. They are not just sought after for their metallic value or their rarity, but for the stories they preserve. A collector holding a silver coin from the German Empire can almost feel the ambition of that era. Similarly, a coin from the Weimar Republic speaks of a time of incredible creativity, while one from the Nazi period serves as a chilling reminder of how art and culture can be twisted for political purposes. The coins from East and West Germany tell a tale of two competing worlds, each trying to define what it meant to be German in the shadow of war. In this essay, we will embark on a fascinating journey through time, guided by these remarkable metal messengers. We will explore the very first commemorative issues from the old German states, witness the birth of a unified national coinage under the German Empire, and admire the beautiful artistry of the Weimar years. We will also confront the difficult history captured in the coins of the Third Reich, compare the parallel worlds of East and West Germany as seen through their money, and celebrate the moment the country came back together. Finally, we will arrive in the present day, looking at the diverse and exciting commemorative coins Germany produces as part of the Eurozone. So, let's begin our adventure and uncover the secrets held within these amazing objects. Before 1871, the land we now call Germany was not a single country. It was a patchwork of independent kingdoms, duchies, and free cities, each with its own ruler and, quite often, its own money. States like Prussia, Bavaria, Saxony, and Hamburg all minted their own coins, known as thalers. These early coins often served a commemorative purpose, celebrating royal weddings, military victories, or the anniversaries of a monarch's reign. For example, the Kingdom of Bavaria might issue a special thaler to mark a royal jubilee, featuring a detailed portrait of the king. These coins were symbols of regional identity and power, miniature monuments to local pride. They are a beautiful reminder of Germany's diverse roots. Everything changed in 1871 with the unification of Germany and the creation of the German Empire. For the first time, there was a single, unified nation, and it needed a single, unified currency. The mark was introduced, with coins made of gold and silver that were used across the entire empire. This was a hugely important step in building a national identity. Suddenly, a person from Berlin and a person from Munich were using the same money, featuring the same national symbols. The standard design for most silver coins featured the German imperial eagle on one side and a portrait of the local ruler of the state where the coin was minted, such as the King of Prussia or the King of Bavaria, on the other. The German Empire soon began issuing its first official commemorative coins, which are now highly prized by collectors. These coins moved beyond celebrating just local rulers and began to mark events of national importance. A famous example is the beautiful silver 3-mark coin issued in 1913 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the defeat of Napoleon at the Battle of Leipzig. The coin features a striking image of a monument with a figure on horseback, symbolizing the collective struggle of the German states against a common enemy. This coin was a powerful statement of national unity and military strength, reflecting the proud and confident spirit of the German Empire before the outbreak of the First World War. These imperial coins were typically made of silver in 2, 3, and 5 mark denominations, or gold in 10 and 20 mark denominations, and they were crafted with incredible precision and detail. They often featured grand portraits of the Kaisers, Wilhelm I, Friedrich III, and Wilhelm II, alongside powerful eagles and intricate wreaths. They were designed to project an image of strength, stability, and tradition. For the people of the time, these coins were a constant reminder of the power and prestige of their new nation. For historians and collectors today, they are a perfect window into the ambitions and character of the German Empire, an era of immense change and growing national pride. After the defeat of Germany in the First World War and the fall of the Empire, a new democratic state was born, the Weimar Republic. This period, from 1919 to 1933, was a time of great contradiction. It was marked by economic hardship and political instability, but it was also a time of extraordinary cultural and artistic innovation. This creative explosion is beautifully reflected in the commemorative coins of the era. The designs moved away from the stern, militaristic style of the empire and embraced a more modern, artistic, and symbolic approach. The coins of the Weimar Republic are often considered among the most beautiful German coins ever minted. One of the most famous and beloved coin series from this period was created to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Weimar Constitution in 1929. Instead of a portrait of a politician, the 3 and 5 Reichsmark coins featured a stunning allegorical figure of a woman's hand taking an oath, symbolizing the people's commitment to democracy and law. Another significant issue from 1927 marked the 100th anniversary of the port of Bremerhaven, depicting a magnificent old sailing ship. These designs were not just about remembering the past. They were about celebrating German culture, industry, and the ideals of the new republic. They focused on themes like science, art, and constitutional law. The artists who designed these coins were at the forefront of modern design, and they used the small space on a coin to create powerful works of art. A wonderful example is the 1930 coin commemorating the German flight of the Graf Zeppelin airship around the world. It shows the mighty airship flying over a globe, a symbol of German engineering and adventurous spirit. Another series celebrated great German figures, such as the poet Gotthold Ephraim Lessing and the philosopher Friedrich Schiller. These coins helped to build a new sense of national identity based not on military might, but on Germany's rich intellectual and cultural heritage. They were a message of hope and progress in a difficult time. However, the story of Weimar coinage is also a story of economic crisis. The early years of the Republic were plagued by hyperinflation, which made money virtually worthless. But after the currency was stabilized with the introduction of the new Reichsmark in 1924, the government was able to issue these beautiful silver commemorative coins. They served as a symbol of economic recovery and stability. For collectors, these coins represent a golden age of numismatic art. They capture the hopeful, creative, and ultimately tragic spirit of the Weimar Republic, a brief, bright flame of democracy and modernism before darkness fell over Germany. The rise of the Nazi Party in 1933 brought the creative freedom of the Weimar Republic to an abrupt and brutal end. Every aspect of German life, including its money, was transformed into a tool for propaganda. The commemorative coins of the Third Reich are a stark and chilling reflection of this new reality. The artistic and democratic themes of the previous era were replaced with symbols of military power, nationalist ideology, and the glorification of the Nazi regime. While the number of different commemorative designs issued during this period was relatively small, their message was powerful and unmistakable. They were not meant to celebrate culture, but to enforce conformity and promote the Nazi worldview. One of the first and most significant commemorative coins of the Nazi era was issued in 1934 to mark the first anniversary of the party's seizure of power. The coin, issued in 2 and 5 Reichsmark denominations, featured the Potsdam Garrison Church on one side. This location was highly symbolic, as it was where Adolf Hitler had a formal ceremony with President Paul von Hindenburg, linking the new Nazi regime to Germany's old Prussian military tradition. On the other side of the coin, the proud imperial eagle was replaced with a new, more aggressive-looking eagle clutching a swastika in its talons. This design made it clear that a new, totalitarian order was in control. Perhaps the most internationally known coins from this period are those minted for the 1936 Berlin Olympic Games. These 5 Reichsmark silver coins were intended to present a powerful and modern image of Germany to the world. One side featured the Olympic bell, which was decorated with the Nazi eagle and swastika, while the other side showed the standard German eagle. While ostensibly celebrating a sporting event, the coins were a key part of the regime's massive propaganda effort to showcase the supposed superiority of the new Germany. They were distributed widely and served as metallic advertisements for the Nazi state, masking its violent and repressive nature behind a facade of athletic competition. After the death of President Paul von Hindenburg in 1934, the regime issued another important commemorative coin featuring his portrait. This was a calculated political move. By placing the respected, old-world military hero on the currency, Hitler sought to legitimize his own rule and create a sense of continuity with Germany's past. Other coins from this time include one marking the 450th birthday of Martin Luther, attempting to co-opt the famous religious reformer for nationalist purposes. For collectors today, these coins are not objects of beauty, but important historical documents. They serve as a sober and powerful reminder of how a nation's symbols can be manipulated and how its currency can be made to serve a dark and hateful ideology. After its defeat in the Second World War, Germany was divided. This division created 2 separate states that would exist for over 40 years. The Federal Republic of Germany, or West Germany, allied with the West, and the German Democratic Republic, or East Germany, under Soviet influence. This political and ideological split was perfectly mirrored in their currencies. Both nations issued their own commemorative coins, but the themes, styles, and messages could not have been more different. Looking at the coins from West and East Germany side by side is like looking at 2 opposing visions of what Germany should be. They tell a fascinating story of a nation split in 2. In West Germany, the currency was the Deutsche Mark, or DM. The commemorative coins, typically in 5 and later 10 DM denominations, deliberately avoided political and military themes. Instead, they focused on celebrating Germany's deep cultural and scientific heritage. It was a conscious effort to rebuild a national identity based on the positive contributions of Germans to the world. Coins were issued to honor great philosophers like Immanuel Kant, composers like Ludwig van Beethoven, and scientists like Max Planck. Other coins commemorated the anniversaries of famous universities, the importance of German forests, or the achievements of charitable organizations. The designs were often modern and abstract, reflecting the artistic freedom of a democratic society. Meanwhile, in East Germany, the currency was the mark of the GDR. Here, commemorative coins were used as a tool of the socialist state. The themes were overwhelmingly political and ideological. Coins celebrated the founding of the German Democratic Republic, the anniversaries of the Socialist Party, and solidarity with other communist nations. Great historical figures were reinterpreted through a socialist lens. For example, Karl Marx, the father of communism, was a frequent subject. Other coins honored political leaders of the communist bloc or commemorated the achievements of the National People's Army. The style of these coins was often stock and realistic, in line with the principles of socialist realism in art. Comparing specific examples makes the contrast incredibly clear. While West Germany might issue a coin for the 150th death anniversary of the great writer Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, East Germany would release a coin celebrating Ernst Thälmann, a communist leader killed by the Nazis. While a West German coin might feature an elegant, stylized eagle, an East German coin would show the state emblem, a hammer and compass surrounded by a ring of rye, symbolizing the union of workers, intellectuals, and farmers. These two parallel series of coins, minted for over 4 decades, provide a unique and tangible record of the Cold War and the deep division that defined Germany for nearly half a century. On October 3, 1990, the Berlin Wall had fallen, and Germany was officially reunified. This was a moment of immense joy and historical significance, and it marked the beginning of a new chapter for the nation. The separate currencies of East and West Germany would soon be a thing of the past, as the powerful West German Deutsche Mark became the single currency for the entire country. The commemorative coin program played an important role in celebrating this newfound unity. The 10 Deutsche Mark silver coins that had been so popular in West Germany were now issued for all Germans, and their themes began to reflect the history and culture of a complete, unified nation. The first commemorative coin of the reunified Germany was a deeply symbolic one. Issued in 1991, the 10 DM coin marked the 200th anniversary of the Brandenburg Gate. For decades, this iconic landmark had stood isolated at the Berlin Wall, a powerful symbol of Germany's division. Now, it was chosen to represent unity and the opening to a new future. The coin's design showed the gate, open and accessible, a powerful message that the separation was finally over. This coin was eagerly collected by people in both the former East and West, as it was a tangible piece of history that celebrated a moment they had all longed for. Throughout the 1990s, the 10 DM commemorative coin series continued to honor important aspects of German culture and history, but now with a broader, all-German perspective. Coins were minted to celebrate figures from the eastern parts of the country who had previously been featured mainly on East German coins. But this time, they were presented as part of a shared national heritage. For example, the series honored people like Käthe Kollwitz, a famous artist known for her powerful depictions of poverty and war, and Robert Koch, the pioneering bacteriologist. This was a way of weaving the two separate histories back together into a single national story. These coins of the reunification era are very special to collectors. They represent a unique and relatively short period in German history, the decade between the fall of the wall and the adoption of the euro. They are a bridge between the divided past and the European future. The silver 10 DM coins were produced in large numbers and were widely circulated, meaning that ordinary people use them every day. They were a constant, physical reminder of the country's successful reunification and the peaceful end of the Cold War. Holding one of these coins today is like holding a small monument to freedom and the power of people to overcome division. The next great chapter in German numismatic history began on January 1, 2002, when Germany, along with 11 other European nations, adopted the euro. The beloved Deutsche Mark was retired, and a new era of currency began. This transition also changed the world of commemorative coins. Germany embraced the euro with enthusiasm and quickly became one of the most active issuers of special collector coins. The modern program is diverse, catering to both casual enthusiasts who find special coins in their change and serious collectors who seek out precious metal issues. It reflects a Germany that is confident, modern, and firmly rooted in Europe. The most visible commemorative coins today are the special 2 euro coins. Each country in the Eurozone is allowed to issue 2 of these circulating commemorative coins per year, featuring a unique national design on one side. These coins are used as everyday money across Europe, making them mini ambassadors for Germany. Germany has used its 2 euro coins to celebrate a wide range of themes. A popular and ongoing series features one of the country's 16 federal states each year, showcasing a famous landmark from that state, like Cologne Cathedral or Neuschwanstein Castle. This series beautifully highlights Germany's regional diversity, echoing the pre-unification era, but within a unified European context. Beyond the circulating 2 euro coins, Germany also has a very ambitious program of non-circulating collector coins, primarily minted in silver and gold. These are intended for collectors and are not meant to be spent in shops. They come in denominations like 5, 10, 20, 50, and 100 euro. These coins feature stunning, artistic designs and explore a huge variety of subjects. They celebrate German fairy tales by the Brothers Grimm, honor pioneers in science and technology, and commemorate important anniversaries in art, music, and literature. In recent years, Germany has also been a pioneer in coin technology, issuing innovative 5 and 10 euro coins with a colorful polymer ring, which are extremely popular with collectors worldwide. These modern coins show how Germany sees itself today as a nation of culture, innovation, and European cooperation. The themes are overwhelmingly positive, focusing on creativity, scientific progress, and democratic values. By following the journey of German commemorative coins, we have traveled through the entire story of the nation. We have seen it grow from a collection of states into an empire, collapse into chaos, and re-emerge as a vibrant republic, fall into darkness under a dictatorship, suffer through division, and finally, celebrate its reunification. The coins in the pockets of Germans today continue this long tradition, telling the story of a peaceful, modern, and united country at the heart of Europe.